Sri Jayadev Galla.
Thank you, sir, for giving me this opportunity to speak on the Insolvency and Bankruptcy Code Amendment Bill 2017. So I'd like to congratulate the Finance Minister for the very important and far-reaching legislation of the Insolvency and Bankruptcy Code, the original code that was passed. This act it was one of the important factors for India improving its ranking and ease of doing business from 140 to the top 100. And I look forward to more reforms coming in so that India can move up to top 50 and then thereafter it should move to top 10 in the world, sir. Along with GST, it was also an important factor for India's credit rating improvement as well. I'm very happy to see that the government is moving quickly to act when finding loopholes and weaknesses in such important legislation. This bill ensures that individuals who are undischarged insolvent, willful defaulters, whose accounts have been ID'd as NPAs for more than a year and not repaid, and few others, to weed out unscrupulous individuals. Sir, this bill aims to change the older order under which men who presided over the debacle of a company by not paying bankers do not get a second chance. It means the amendment looking for buyers who could turn this business around and not give it to the same men who brought it down in the first place. So I welcome this, sir. Sir, we all know that before the ordinance, most bankers would have been willing to enter into deals and accept haircuts on loans as long as such promoters were not perceived corrupt or categorized as willful defaulters. It means if there is no forensic audit which show that they had diverted funds to other group companies or personal accounts, they are allowed to be a contender to get the company back. But here I wish to make a point, sir. My point is relating to insertion of the proposed subsection C of section 29A. Here you are saying that if one's account is classified as NPA and a period of 1 year or more has been lapsed from the date of such classification, and who has failed to make such payment of all overdue amounts with interest is not eligible to submit his resolution plan. I feel that the period of 1 year is too short a period, sir. Sir, many industry segments run in cycles, business cycles. And these business cycles, if you're in a downturn and at the low point of that business cycle, it may take more than a year. It generally takes about 2 to 3 years for that business cycle to turn around. So I request the Honorable Minister to consider revising it for at least a 3-year period so that genuine cases can get an opportunity. There are good apples and bad apples, and I think this will ensure that the good apples are given a chance. Sir, with respect to barring certain persons from the liquidation process as opposed to the resolution process, I personally feel that the banking sector may be the loser since the bill is reducing the number of bidders and thus minimizing the scope for finding the right price for stressed assets. A liquidated company ceases to exist, so the background of persons bidding for his assets may be irrelevant in my opinion. I'm saying this because recently SEBI has classified 3 lakh entities as shell companies, and the promoters, directors, and relatives of these companies will not be allowed to bid for stressed assets. And this move has hurt small and mid-sized SMEs, sir. Thirdly, I wish to give an example, since I'm also an entrepreneur, to consider a case where an entrepreneur ropes in other investors and funds most of the fixed assets with equity. He then takes bank loans only as a means of working capital. If there is no charge or mortgage created on fixed assets in favor of the banks. Now, if the company defaults due to some external factors, unpredictable external factors, how can the undertaking be allowed to be taken over by a person proposing insolvency resolution without working out the enterprise value and compensating the shareholders? So with these few words, I thank you once again for giving me this opportunity.